Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. This is actually future editing Jennifer. I had to film another intro for this video because I had to split the footage up into two videos, and I probably actually could have done another video because there's that much footage. So in this video, you're gonna see, we kind of just jump straight into the pages. I have a playlist for this specific album. I will link it up here in the cards and down below in the description box. So anyway, it's going to jump right into working on the pages. So I just wanted to let you know that that's why that is going on. But I also wanted to tell you that the Swatchbook version 2 butterfly background is what we are using in this album series. And that's available in my Etsy shop, and I'll have it linked down below. And we are also going to be using, in this video, I'm pretty sure it's this video, we're going to be using the Remnants tags, the set number 8. Because I ended up using some of these tags in this album, and we also used shades of color. These are all available in my Etsy shop, so the Remnants tags, I'll have them all linked down below, but we ended up using these shades of color on parchment. Number 19 is what I ended up using. So all of the templates that I'm using in this album, I'll have it linked down below. There's also a special Amazon list for this project. I will have that linked down below if you want to check that out. And I also put some timestamps in the description box so that you can jump around. Since there's so much in this video, I know it's a long video, but I did put timestamps so you can jump around to what you want to see. So be sure to check that out down below. I will put them in the comments as well. So it'll be the pinned comment on top of the first comment by me. I'll have the title of the video, and then there'll be timestamps of what's going on in the video. Okay, you guys, so enjoy the video. Okay, so remember I told you to print 12 pages of page 9 with the butterfly background and 6 pages of page 9 without the butterfly background. So the ones without the butterfly background, we're going to be cutting them apart like this. So let me demonstrate that really quick. It's really easy. It's not as time consuming as you would think. So I'm just cutting, I'm going right up next to that photo corner. So I'm making some straight lines, some straight cuts. I'm just using my scissors. Okay, so you could totally leave these like this if you wanted to, where they have just that little bit, oh, I forgot about these two. Just that little bit. It's almost like a mat or something underneath there. You can leave it just like that, or you can go in and you can trim that out. And I know that might seem a little scary, but it really isn't. It's not that hard, and it doesn't have to be perfect because these are going to go on top of parchment paper, the same color parchment paper, so it's not going to be super noticeable. So if you didn't want to do this part, then you don't have to do this part. So here's the difference. This one still has that around it, and this one does not. So you want to do that for all of your pages that were plain. So I'll do the rest of those off camera. And we'll come back to that later. And then for the butterfly pages, okay, so I've already trimmed out 11 of them. And what you want to do is you want to trim, since this is a direction, if you don't have a direction, it doesn't matter. You just want to leave one tab. So in this case, this is the direction, this is up, down. I'm going to leave the tab on the left. So I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is take this right tab off. So you will have one that looks like this, and then all you need to do is get your scoreboard out, and you want to score down the middle, and you want to score this tab. And then you want to burnish and prep. I like to prep my folds both ways. just makes the page turn much nicer, in my opinion. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it up like this, and I'm going to ink this outside edge. Okay, now for 6 of these, you've got this outside edge, right? For 6 of these, which ones did I already do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would just stop right there. That would be it. Okay, so I'm not gonna add that to this pile. But then for the other 6 of them, you want to ink this tab because you're gonna see it. So I am going to ink this tab. But if you don't care, then you don't have to ink it, no worries. Nobody's gonna call you out on it. You know, nobody's gonna say, I cannot believe you did not ink your tab. You are not my friend anymore. Nobody's gonna say that. So you do not have to worry. Okay, so the reason we wanna ink this is these are gonna go on the back side of the tab, where these are gonna go on the front side. So what we're gonna do is, 6 of these we're gonna put tape on, actually let's see, 6 of these we're gonna put tape on the front side, and then 6 of these we're gonna put tape on the back side. So I am going to do 1 of each, and then I'll do the rest off camera. I'm gonna do 1 of each and then install them into the album, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So I'm gonna put the tape at the very outer edge without going over the edge. And this is 3/8 inch tape. Oh, I got glue on me. You could use glue if you want. So I'm going to do 1 of those, and I'm going to do 1 of these. Now, you don't have to be this picky about it. Again, if you didn't ink it, it's totally fine. It doesn't matter. If you don't care if you ink it, it's totally, that is a personal preference thing. Okay. But for me, we are doing it like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of these off camera, but I want to install these into the album, and then I will install the rest of them off camera as well, because there's going to be a total of 12 pages. You can add more if you want. So this is, I guess the minimum would really just be 6 pages. So I don't know, the minimum I guess could be 12 pages. So 12 might be the minimum for something like this. I guess it depends on how many flowers you plan on adding into the book, I guess, and how thick they are. I thought I messed up for a second there, but I didn't. Okay, so the one that we put the tape on the back side, so this is the butterfly on the top, tape on the back side is gonna go in front of the fin. And if you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, you can use the glue stick trick. Just run it over top of your tape. It just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Not a lot. It's not a fail-safe. It's just a little bit of wiggle room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this out, and I'm going to line this up to where the score mark is right above the top of this fin. So let me make sure make sure I've got it up right. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to line it up all the way down. If I get my hand out of the light. Right. So this is the way the page is going to be in the book. Just like this. Now other options is you could just have this page. You could just have a bunch of just this page. You could have it glued back to back like that. You can do that. However you want to do it is totally fine. But this is the way I think I like it the best, is doing it like this. Because I feel like the pressed flower is going to be a little bit more protected this way. So there's the front of that fin, and then here is the back side of that fin. So same thing. We're going to take the tape off. I guess we'll do the glue stick trick really quick. Like that. And then on the back side of that fin, I'm going to line it up just the same, and it's going to make sure that the score is on top of that fin, like right above it. so that there's nothing stopping it from turning. Okay, so then this one is attached to that fin now, just like that, and then that closes like that. And so then that is attached to the back side of the fin. So now we have 2 pages attached to this one fin, okay? Just like that. Super simple. So the other thing I'm going to do off camera, so I might as well go ahead and show you so that you can be doing the same if you so choose. You can pause it after I show you this and do all of your pages. So I'm going to take this fussy cut photo corner mat. I'm going to take it and I'm going to attach it to the front. So we are going to be putting a photo on the front here. So the only thing I cannot decide is if it needs to be up here. I can't decide. Or if it needs to be down here. And then like we could put a colorful label maybe up top. I think that's what we'll do. So we can add some of my rectangle labels up here. Because these are going to go somewhere else. So I actually am, no, I'm going to use, no, I better not. I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this one. Let me grab it and shake it. It's been sitting here. I think the sun might hit it at some time in the day. I need to figure that out. I need to move it. But I am only going to go around the edges. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to put them down here, I think. Right, so I'm going to do that to the front, the page that flips out on each one. So I'll do it to that one too. Then the other thing I'm going to do on the back side, I'm going to take this part and put it down here, and we're going to make like a little pocket. And I'll show you why here in just a little while. I don't know where my towel went. Okay, so we're just going to stick that down here. That's why we're using the art glitter glue, because I just need a really thin line. Okay, so I'm going to do that to every single page, and then I will be back. Okay guys, it is the next day, and you have to forgive my allergies. I'm having some allergy issues, but I got all the pages in. I put all of the photo mats on the front and then made the little tuck spot pockets on the back. So there's 12 pages in total. So there's 6 fins, and then 1 page on the front of the fin and 1 page on the back of the fin, and they all are identical. Every single one, okay? I'm gonna grab the books that we pressed our flowers in, and I'm going to go ahead and take all of those out of the books, just so we have them at easier access like this. I'm going to leave them in the wax paper. I think what I want to do is I'm going to put, oh, I don't have one. I'm going to have to go get my, or I guess I could start with something I do have. So I was going to put a picture of the plant that has been pressed on the outside, and then on the inside, so that was the lilac. So here's some lilacs. And then on the inside, I was going to put the lilac, and I might put an example or 2 examples of the lilac, right? And then on the back side, I was going to put, there's the tag. So I made a copy of it, this is where that information was going to go. And you could, if you wanted to, you could make a tag and put more information there. But that's kind of the gist of what we're going for here. So I'm going to run and get my Canon Selphy printer, and we'll talk about that really quick. Okay, so this is a Canon Selphy, and oh, I still have the flashlight on the screen. And it's pretty cool because you can print pictures from your phone, and you can print them whenever you want them. One of the main big problems that I have with my big printer is if you don't use it in a while, the ink just dries up. So you have to buy a whole new cartridge, and it's so frustrating. Where this, it gives you the exact amount of ink that you need for the exact amount of photo paper that it gives you. Now, the only thing that I find frustrating is that it's not exactly a 4x6 photo. Let's see, what's this? Because it's got perforations, you're supposed to just bend this off and tear it. So if you did that, the photo size is only a little over 5 3/4 by a little under or a little over 3 7/8. So it's not quite 4 and it's not quite 6. So that's very frustrating. But that's okay because I'm just gonna trim it at the end of the ink. I think that's where, I think that's a, yeah, that's actually 6 inches right there. I guess they do that because they want to make sure they get the whole image that you're wanting to print onto the photo paper. But anyway, so that is the only drawback. So here's how you buy the ink cartridges and the sheets, right? So what you get is, this is where the ink cartridge, this is like where it, I'll show you, we'll print one, I'll show you. So this is where the ink gets laid down, so it pulls it in several times to lay down each color. And then this is the photo paper. So it'll tell you when you need to replace your ink cartridge. So there's enough ink in here to print on all of these packs of paper. So that's nice. So you don't have to worry about, you know, running out of ink for your paper. So I'm going to turn this on, and there's also an app you can get for your phone. Yeah, see, today's June 12th. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's me and my hubby. That you can make multiple pictures on one. But we're just going to print out the full-size photos because I went and printed the, I went and took photos of the ones that I hadn't had. So, oh, look at there. Remember that one? I might print that one out. We'll see. I wanted to print my lavender out first, or I have a lilac photo. There's all my mints. Whoops, boo, boo, boo. I like this photo. I'm not really sure why. I like the way the light's coming through the lavender. This was this morning. So I'm going to tell it to print, and I have several printers, whoops, including my big Canon printer that's on here. And so it'll pop up and it'll say Canon Selphy. You'll have a choice of what printers you want to, you know, print from. So I'm going to tell it to print. And so you'll get to see what it does and how it prints. So I'm going to have it print several, actually. So I'm going to print that one, and I'm going to print that one just because, oh, you can't see what that one and that one and that one is. I'm printing that one. And then, I don't know. And then the mint. Okay, so it sucks the paper out. Oh, I didn't turn my lights on. And it's going to lay down the yellow, and it's telling you it's printing the yellow. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. Now it's putting the magenta down. My granddaughter loves this thing. We print pictures of her all the time. She loves it. She gets so excited. And then it's printing the the blue down, or putting the blue down, and then I think it's doing a clear coat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what's happening. So, right? So then there is the, whoops, there is the photo from my phone that I took just this morning. It's not 100% perfectly matched, but it's good enough. You know what I mean? So there's that one. Isn't that cool? That's a really cool looking photo, I think. Okay. Now it's going to print the one flower. And I'm trying to find the picture of the mint that I took that I want to print. That's not the picture. There we go. I have several places where mint is. I think I'm going to print this one here. I've got that one. Oh, there's a close-up of it. I think I like it in the pot. I've got it in this little pot here, over there by my raised bed gardens. And then we have it around my husband's gardens. This is just this is just a quick photo. There's mint in the ground, but it's in a pot. It's just in the ground, if that makes sense. So this is by his garden. I love his garden. It's very organic looking. It's very cottagey looking. Oh, I just closed it out. I want to print this one. See, look at it. Now it's putting the blue down. Oh, I think that's the only ones. See, I told it to print the mint now. Look at that. That is a little bit more true to color. Where's the other picture that I have? There's that one. I mean, I guess it's close. It's not that far off. Oh, you can't really see because of the glare. Perfect. It's not really that far off. And let's see, where's the, oh, and then there was this one. So those two, they look about right. But this one, I think this is the one I'm going to put. I don't know. I like this one too. Maybe I'll do both. Heck. Whoops. Oh, look at my granddaughter and my grandson. Ain't that cute? Okay. There's my son. So I need to get the flower pictures out. Okay. So I will link this in my Amazon. I really do like it. And it's great also too for junk journaling. So that's also an option as well if you need a picture quick for what you're doing. But I feel like I print more pictures using this than I do my big printer. It's like more of a hassle to use my big printer, where this I have sitting out downstairs in the living room and anybody can print to it. Like my son's printed. I mean, you know, if it's got the Wi-Fi thing, so if you have Wi-Fi, then you can print to it as well. Okay, so that was it. That was all I needed, and I am going to turn it off. And I'm going to move it out of my way. But it's really easy. Like, this is the cartridge for the paper. And it tells you exactly how to do all this stuff. You're not left blind, you know. And then the back here is where you put, or over here is where you put your cartridge in. Kind of reminds me of the old film cameras, you know. Right. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do really quick. Actually, I'm going to get my paper trimmer. Because you can just pull that off, but I want the full 6 inches. Even though it's not going to be the full 5-inch or 4-inch width, it'll be the 6-inch depth. So to go on to my little photo mats. So there's my mint. There's my clematis. I'll show you. Let me get a picture. Let me get this picture. So there's my grandson and my granddaughter. So what it does is it just snaps right here. My granddaughter likes to do that too. She likes to snap the pictures. But again, it's not a true 4x6 when you do that. So you just snap those 2 ends off, and then there's your photo ready to go. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to cut all these down instead of snapping them off, because I want it to be a bigger photo. So I'm going to stick this photo here. I'm going to crop my corners with my photo corner chomper. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. And then it should fit in here pretty good. It's not going to fit perfect because, again, it's not a 4x6 photo, but it should fit in there okay, right? Where you get kind of the gist of it. I'm going to glue this down. And I used Fabri-Tac so I could wiggle it a little bit so I can get it better situated. I am going to put another colorful label up there, but I'm going to wait for just a second. Okay, so then inside here, okay, so next thing, wait a minute, I almost said that right there. Next thing is, I need to decide how I want to put these down. So I'm gonna use, get the little bits off of there. I'm gonna use this wax paper to protect them from each other, so I'm not worried about that. So I think what I want to do is have one go that way and maybe one go this way, like that. Well, I know this one's going to go here. This is like the star of the show, and I'm going to use a wax seal to hold it down. So again, excuse my, there it is. So I'm going to start heating up my spoon. Excuse me. And I'm just going to do 2. I think 3 might have been too much. This is the wine, the red wine color. And I'm going to use the same stamp. I like keeping it on the coat thingy so it gets it stamps better. Or you can use tape. You can use washi tape. Or another thing you can do is also take this wax paper or use a glassine bag and stick them inside of there. That's also an option. So like we could, if we wanted to share, we could put these in. This is made from the wax paper, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. We could put this in this bag here and put it in the back pocket. We could do that. We could put them on tags. Somewhere I have tags cut out. At least I thought I did. Of these. I have these cut out. You could put them on a tag like that and stick them in the back pocket. Ooh, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe that's what we'll do. I also have it printed off in the butterfly. This was for something different, but why not use it? I guess I could use either one, the butterfly or the wood. Does not matter. So yeah, we could do both. Well, we'll do that. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pour this on here, right in the middle. And then I'm going to press. You don't have to press. Oops, sorry about that. The camera shut off. Since it's a little bit of a wonky, you know, it's not flat, I'm going to go ahead and hold that down for a second. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, look at how beautiful that is. Okay. So, what else was I going to do here? Oh, I was going to show you. I'm going to take this piece here and I am going to, am I going to cut it in half or rip it in half? I think I'm just going to rip it down the seam. I got loose. I probably should have cut it. That would have been better. That's okay. But what I want to do is I want to hold it onto this paper here. I'm going to have to actually trace it out. I was going to hold it, but I think I'm going to trace it. So I'm going to get my templates back out. And those are the cover. Oh, I don't have a page. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I do have a page. I printed off onto cardstock. And I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to use it as a traceable template. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this on here. I have to add it into my book. Do I like the jagged edge? I kind of do. I don't know why. So I'm just going to include that jagged edge. You see how this wax paper is not straight, and that's okay. It's not perfect. It's not meant for stationery or anything like that. I don't know what that means really. Okay. So there's my page template, and I guess it'd probably be easier to cut it out with my paper trimmer. So the other thing you can use besides this wax paper is the tissue lining, the archival tissue lining that we've used in books before. And I have that in my Amazon in case you've already got it. I just wanted you to see what it looks like in case you've already purchased it. Oh, look at, oh, girl, you done messed. This is why you have to protect it. I just messed it up. I'm sure you saw it on video, on camera going, no, watch it. But let me grab that tissue so you can see what that looks like as well. This is what we used in a book, in a couple books that we've made. It's acid free, and it's 100 sheets, and it's 11 by 17, and it's super thin, and it won't stick to your flowers either. And I'm not sure how that works, but it doesn't stick to your flowers either. But I figure, I mean, you could use this if you have it, but I figure if you're using the wax paper to press the flower, why not continue to use it to protect the flower? Does that make sense? Okay. I think I'm making sense. So you can put a line of glue there if you want to. I like to use 1/8 inch, this is scrapbook.com's 1/8 inch roll here. It kind of, the core comes out all the time. It's okay, it doesn't really affect the performance of the tape. So I like to take this tape and just right above the score there on the page, I just like to run a little bit down. Look, it came out again. Oh well. And then burnish it. This is exactly how we did the book when we did the book pages. It was gosh, it was a while back when we did that. I just love the look. I picked this color because I feel like it's vintage looking, and I really like the way it looks with the parchment and stuff. So anyway, so then you want to take your wax paper you cut out. Whoops. I thought I burnished it pretty good, but I guess I didn't. And you just want to lay it over top, like so. The reason I don't like to use wet glue in here is because it'll wrinkle that wax paper a little bit, and there's no point in it. So before I go any further, I do want to write on here the date I pressed these. So it was 5/13/21, and I'm just going to use my pencil for now. That way I don't have to worry about it being permanent and my handwriting looking really bad. Okay, so I'm going to make sure it shuts, and it does, right? So yeah, we could totally make this really cool tag and have it sitting in this pocket back here for if you want to give it as a gift. We so can do that. Plus, that's a really cool embellishment as well. So, I like this idea. as well too. So we took the wax paper. Where'd the wax paper go? The other side here, right here. So I took the wax paper and I just made, I folded it in half and then folded it in half again, and I just kind of made a makeshift envelope. Or you can use a glassine bag like I did here. So this is, what is this? This size glassine bag is 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. So I will link it, 6 1/2-ish. I will link these in my Amazon as well if you want to use these, because you can just literally, or you could put your tag in here and not have that. You can have it protected. Let me grab another one. I got a ton of these. You can put your tag that has your, well, let's go ahead and attach it. Let's just attach it. But before we attach it, I was thinking it needs a label as well. I didn't do anything to the back of it, but so we could put a little label on here so that you know what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm just grabbing one. This is just, I think this is the teal color. This is from my set of labels, my rectangle labels. What's this? Who did that? That's so funny. That's my husband did that. That's fabric from the swing seats that we made. Too funny. Is this one a sticker? I want to see if this one's a sticker. You know, I thought this was just going to be a two-parter. It might end up being more. I don't know if I can get all this information. And you could also use this as what keeps it down on here. But I'm thinking it might look kind of cute if it's like off to the side a little bit. Alright, I'm going to melt. I'm just going to put one, I think, in there. Maybe I'll do 2 and not pour it all. Right? So then that can go here. Like that. I want to write on here that this is a lilac. And it was pressed on 5/13/21. And yeah, oh, hey, it's not going to melt very good when it's sitting right there. Jeez. So that'll be good. All right, so I took a half and half and half, and I think all I did for that one is just folded it to where it overlaps like this. Right, and then folded this up to form a bottom, and then depending on the size of the item, fold it down to form a top. I do think I took the time to cut off the extra pieces that you don't need. On the other one. Right, so you can just then tear it if you want to. For a more organic look, right? So then there's that. And then the bottom piece. You could cut it off, or you could just glue each piece down. That's what I'll do it like this. And of course you can always just use the small glassine bags as well. There's smaller ones. Just use what you have. But I figured since we've already used this wax paper, it can be used once again. It's not just a one-time use kind of thing. You can use it to press again, to press another flower. I don't want you to think that you can't. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here, like that. And then a little bit of glue on what's going to be the bottom. And then I'll just leave the top. So yeah, so then the small one could go in here. Like that, right? So you could give that as a gift as well. How cute would that be? I think it's a cute gift. So you can make it whatever size you want to make it, basically. So what am I going to do with this one? I might put this one... okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, it's melted. So I think I'm going to put it over here, but I'm not going to use the whole thing. Like that. Might as well just use this just to give it like something. Oh, that is so cute. Look at that. I love it so much. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hole out there. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so then that goes in here. These tags, these are add-on, or these are add-on. These are the remnants tags. And they're perfect for this type of thing. And they're the perfect size as well. I say that. Can I get it in there? Yeah. Right? So there's that. And then there's the lilac tag to go in there. Yeah. I love that. So you can then too, if you wanted to, you could put, oh, you know what we could do, since this is so tight back here, we could add it in here like this. What do you guys think? Bow the top down. And all we have to do is attach this glassine bag to it. So I think I kind of like that idea. And I have some faux washi tape. Remember, this was from the last album that we didn't end up using. And I might use some of this to keep it closed. That might be kind of fun. So all I did was I printed some of my scripty papers. I printed 4 to a page onto Avery clear label paper. And I think I'll just use a piece of this. That'll be cute. I don't think you can really rip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give it a little bit of character here. Right. And then in order to keep it closed, you can just take that faux washi tape. Or you can use real washi tape, you guys. And you can do that. Oh, I love it. That is so cute. It's so cute. All right, I think I am going to leave this here. You could have put it out here if you wanted to. If you didn't want to take a picture of it, you could put it back here if you want to. You could attach it back here if you want to. Actually, I like that idea better. Attaching it back here, maybe. And then maybe having these extra ones. No, I do like that idea though. Okay. I guess it really just depends on what you got going on. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking now I want to put this one, whoop, if I can get a hold of it, this one I want to maybe put on here and just use washi tape just to show you, or faux washi tape, that you don't have to use the wax. Let's do that. The labels, the clear labels, I feel like they stick a little. Well, I filled up a memory card, so I'm assuming this is probably going to be more than one video. That's okay. That's okay. I started to put this down and my camera shut off. Okay, so I'm just going to use my faux washi tape. I'm just going to set that down and I'm going to put that over. Right? So again, I'm going to put the date. I don't know why I keep putting my pencil up. Because I may add, whoops, don't press so hard. I may add, well no, this will be the only lilac. Because the lilacs have already bloomed, so yeah. But what's nice about having this wax paper right here is that it protects both of them, okay? And I did like this idea. I do like this idea of attaching that back there. I do. I also like these being able to be in here. So if I wanted to give the gifts. So I'm not really sure how I want to go about this. I love that. I do. I love that. I kind of want to paper clip it in. That's what I kind of want to do. So that it's removable. What do we think? I need to be careful that I don't get the item underneath here. Okay, so we're okay. I can leave it paper clipped in instead of gluing it down. So I'm going to do that because that's a really, I love that. Also, you can share these. You can put them in your albums. You can do a lot of things with them. And I'm going to put these in here as well. I'm going to put 513, 1321, L-I-L-A-C. Because if I would like to give them to someone, or if I would like to transfer them into a different memory keeping album, I can. And, oh, I guess I should put a piece of faux washi tape on there. So you can use the wax seal, or you can just use tape. Doesn't matter. You can use store-bought glassine bags. You can use handmade glassine bags. If you're worried about these just being loose like that, you could put a piece of acetate or a piece of card stock or something in there to keep it from being so flimsy. And I might come back and do that. But for now, I'm just going to leave them in here like this. And then I'm going to put my info right there. I just printed it and stuck it together. Oh, I was like, why is it catching? Because of my homemade bag there. So there's that. There's all of that. Oh, I do want to put a colorful label up here. So let's go back to my rectangles. Oh, look it. Here's where I've also laminated some. This was last year. This actually was in a prototype for the Basically Amazing. I think it was when I did the add-on prototypes. So there's some lavender in there that I laminated onto a tag. Somebody asked me how you use them as ephemera or embellishments in your album. Here's another one. I laminated one of those rose petals in here. And then I had done a whole sheet. So there's one of those smoke tree leaves. And then here is a teeny little tiny bit of lavender. I mean, you can't smell it obviously because it's now encased, but how cute, right? Okay, this is not what I came in here for though. I am looking for labels. Okay, so I want to use a bigger label and I want one to match. Well, I guess maybe let's try this purple one. Oh, I don't want the purple one. Do I have any of the bigger labels printed? That's the right size though, right? Yeah, so let me look. There's some purple. Do I not have a different color printed? Come on. You could also use the photo corner photo labels. Oh, here we go. I've got well, here we go. Here we go. There's a red one. There's a green one. The purple's just is the wrong color purple, so I'm not going to use that. And then here's a natural, like a vintage color. Maybe I'll use the green. Okay. And before I attach that down, I'm going to write on here Lilac and the date of 13/21. So I'm just trying to show you. You could also write on here like, or I could write on the back of that tag why you have this lilac. This one planted in memory of my memo. And I could put the year I planted it. I think this one was planted. See, I should have done all of this on a tag or something, but so this was pressed by 13, but I think it was planted in, I forget what my book said. So anyway, you can write all kinds of information like that on here. So I love that. I love that idea. I love having so many spaces to write information. So because I just wrote it in pencil, I can come back and erase it and write down exactly what I want it to say on there. So there's my lilac page, right? So I've got my picture of my lilac, I've got my label, and then I've got my dried lilac, my pressed, dried, whatever you want to call it. Right, and then back here I have the rest of the pieces of lilac. I've got my information about my lilac, and then I've got a shareable tag that I adore. I think that is such a cute idea. I really like that a lot. I really like that. Okay, so then the next question is, you have to ask yourself, okay, well, now I know I'm not going to be able to press any more lilac because my lilac's done. So I can move on, but I need to put a plant here that I'm also not going to press anymore, because I could, if I wanted to, add more pages. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to skip one, because all of these that I've pressed this last go round, I might press again. So, and like for the mint, for example, I might let it go to bloom, or to seed, or whatever you want to call it, and I might press some of those flowers. So I'm going to skip one and go to the next fin and just go from there, because like the lavender, I may press some more of the lavender, some of them that are bloomed, some of them, there's some lavender. This is just what's in the pot in the backyard, but there's some lavender in my front yard. I may press some of that. So I'm going to skip this one, and then I'm going to let this whole fin be for lavender for this year. So that's kind of what I think I'm going to do. So I'm also going to, I'm going to record it all, but I think I'll do fast forward and maybe do a voiceover, because that's a lot, there's a lot of steps to take here, and that could get really boring really quick. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'll just record it and then do a voiceover, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I had to go ahead and do the rest of them off camera because both of my batteries were spent and I was waiting on one to charge. Then the family come home, everybody was talking and carrying on, and anyway, so I recorded as much as I could, and I still have a few things I'm gonna do. Like I am gonna use these as liners, but I'm gonna make a pocket, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So yeah, we saw the lilacs being added into the book, and I just love it. And we saw the lavender, and we saw this. That just looks so pretty. I just love it. And I plan on pressing some more, so I skipped that one. And then the clematis, we saw that, and I had to, the book is just not big enough for these clematis leaves, blooms, petals, leaves. They're petals, but look at how pretty. It's still worth pressing. So you guys saw that, so we'll see how that turns out. And I want to press some more, so I left this one blank, but I did go ahead and put the tape, and I went ahead and lined every one of these pages that I haven't used yet. And then I need to take a picture of the hydrangea. I think this is where it cut out. Maybe you got to see me use glue dots. I used glue dots on the back of these individual little flowers to stick them down, and then I put some on the tag and labeled it and put it in the glassine bag, but I just paper clipped that one in for now, but I need to take a picture. So I plan on, I've got others, I plan on drawing some of those petals, so I may have to add some pages into this one because I have this one, then I have another one in a pot, and then I have another one in the ground. So I got 3 hydrangeas, and I want to draw petals from each one. I just forgot to do the pictures. And it still amazes me how different this color is from the actual hydrangea. That is a beautiful color though, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, so I've got that one ready to go, and I'll probably end up adding another page at some point. Then I did my peppermint. I did the picture of the peppermint there, and here I did the 2 sprigs on here, and then over here I'm gonna let it flower, and then I'm gonna press the flowers, and I'm gonna put those over here. And then I'll take another picture of the flowered peppermint, and I'll put it back here. And so here's the seed packet for that. So that's the only one I have a seed packet for. Like all the other ones have tags from plants. So yeah, that's what I was going to do with my seed packet. Unfortunately, the camera was not on when I did that, but it's just that simple. I just took the seed packet and stuck it in my little pocket there. But I will put another picture back here of the flowered mint. So this is the alyssum, and I probably won't press any more of this. If I do, I'll just stick it right here. I might give it another go, but I did go ahead and attach that in here because it was just 1 sprig of the alyssum. And maybe if I have a different color alyssum, maybe I'll press that and put that in here as well. I don't know, we'll see. But the picture did turn out really pretty, didn't it? Okay, and then I put the tag from the planter back here. And then back here, oh, and then I have 1 extra, and I don't know how this happened. I have 1 extra page protector piece of wax paper. So I'm just gonna put that in the back of the book. So what I did is I made a pocket out of some of the wax paper to house the faux washi. I probably don't need all 4 of these in here. I'll probably just put a couple. Let's do those 2, and I'll put those in my ephemera album. And then I'll put some glassine bags in here just in case for future use. And then I'm gonna have this sitting back here. So how I made this little pocket, I'm gonna put one in the front here. So this is the other half of that page that I cut out. I had traced around this onto the lavender wax paper that I had left over. I traced around that and cut it out, but I am gonna fold over the top. I think it's better if it's a little thicker on the top. And I am going to glue this down with some Fabri-Tac. You don't want to use tape because it won't dry and your stuff will get stuck to it because it is a pocket. Right. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to glue this whole thing down and we're going to mat the front inside cover. Okay, so that's in there. And I think what I'll put in here is I did go ahead and cut up that little sheet of tags that I had sitting here printed out that I started to cut out, because that's a really good idea. I really like that idea of putting the pressed flower onto the tag, saying what it is, and putting it in a glassine bag, and you could give those to friends and things. So I really like that idea. And I'll probably print a few more sheets of things out. Why not? And I might even put these leftover pieces, because these can be made into small glassine bags. I might even and reuse these Post-it notes. I just have to change the note, or I'll just have to change the date if I press some more of that specific flower. Do you know what I mean? Like the peppermint. I can just reuse that Post-it note. So I might leave that in here. We'll see. They may not stay. And then that would be it. Oh, there's the lavender one. I'll probably press some more lavender. So I'm just going to add this somewhere. Right here would be fine. Right. So I thank you guys. And I'm going to put this photo in here just because. So I want to show you too. I want to show you from the top. Just the stuff I've put in there right now. Look at that. That's pretty good. There's still room. There's still room for some more goodies. And I have to say, I'm in love with this idea. I am absolutely 100% in love with this idea. So I can see myself making multiples of these to house my pressed flowers, or if they're, it depends on the thickness, and it depends on, like, if you didn't do the wax seal and you just did the washi tape or the faux washi tape, it wouldn't be as thick, but you still have the thickness of the flower. You know, you're not going to completely flatten out the flower. Isn't that kind of a cool picture with the sun coming in there? So yeah, you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. I mean, isn't that just beautiful? I just think that is such a cool idea. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Also, in the Facebook group, I'd love to see some pictures. If you all make one, I'd love to see your pictures of your pressed flowers in there. That would be fun. And to see what kind of pretty flowers you guys have, and to see how your flowers ended up, you know, to see the result of your work. But okay, you guys, I think that's all I have for you. Do let me know what you think. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, if you enjoyed the process. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss anything. And I look forward to the July's album of the month. That'll be coming up really soon. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.